Good morning. This is Dr. Graff from the University of North Texas Music Theory faculty, and I want to talk to you about The Legend of Zelda. In my opinion, the main theme unfolds the entire narrative of the game. So let's talk about the game. Who is the villain of the game? Well, his name is Ganon, and he comes in with his evil henchmen to descend upon Hyrule. And how is this represented musically by Koji Kondo? Well, the beginning of the Zelda theme uses a technique called modal mixture. Yes, it might be in the key of B flat major, but we get a borrowing of chords from the minor mode, and that's called modal mixture. Let's break down the main theme into two parts, the melody and the bass line. You will hear in the melody from The Legend of Zelda the major scale, directly up the major scale. But in the bass line, you'll notice that it doesn't use the major scale. Going down the major scale would sound like this. But what happens is Koji Kondo has chosen the minor scale degrees. Scale degree 7 is lowered. So is scale degree 6. And then actually it goes down to lowered scale degree 3. You'll notice you can even see on the piano that I'm playing the black keys, or the lowered version. This lowering represents a darkening, just as the darkness of the evil henchmen of Ganon invading Hyrule. What does that sound like together? Here it is. So let's talk about the title character, the Princess Zelda. She becomes confronted with death when she is surrounded by Ganon's evil henchmen. Musically, the way to depict this is a further darkening. In other words, we have a modal mixture darkening of scale degree 7, 6, and 3. And if we darken even further to the point of death, we might lower scale degree 2. So if we think about the main theme, you will hear the Neapolitan chord, or the chord of the flat 2. What does that sound like? So when Zelda is confronted with death, she needs someone to rescue her. So in comes Link, the main character of the Legend of Zelda series. What is Link's role musically, and how is that portrayed by Koji Kondo? After we get to the point of the furthest darkening, or the Neapolitan chord, what happens is a transformation of that Neapolitan chord into a secondary dominant. A secondary dominant is actually a chord with a raised note that will actually represent a brightening of the 2 chord instead of a lowering of the 2 chord like the Neapolitan. So what does it sound like when the Neapolitan, or the chord built on lowered scale degree 2, is transformed to the 5 of 5, or a secondary dominant chord? Let's listen to that main theme again. Darkening to the Neapolitan. Brief minor 1 chord. Here's our 5 of 5 to 5. So all in all, Koji Kondo has brilliantly structured this theme to employ a darkening, or a modal mixture downward in the key of B flat, all the way to the brink of death, or the Neapolitan, when Zelda is surrounded by Ganon's evil henchmen. And then Link comes in and rescues Zelda. That is portrayed by the transformation into a secondary dominant chord, and Zelda is rescued. Thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day.